In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to share with you a business that you can start today from your home, wherever you're watching this video. All you need to get started is a laptop and an internet connection. And the best part about this business is that you can automate a lot of it with AI. So you can run this solo, or you can include a team and manage a lot of clients simultaneously. Hi, I'm Cody Schneider. I've been building online companies for the last 15 years. And the business you're going to be building today is a pain management marketing agency. And don't worry, I'm going to go into all the details that you need to know about this. You're going to learn what pain management is, because I had no idea what it was until I talked to a friend about this. You're going to learn why it's a fast-growing category. You're going to learn the skill sets that you need to basically offer a service, a marketing service to these businesses. You're going to learn how to get clients, and you're going to learn how to retain those clients through reporting. And then I'm going to talk about how to scale up that business so that you can continue to have it grow to whatever size that you want it to be. And if you like content like this, click the subscribe button now. It's what keeps the lights on. And please comment something. If you don't know what to comment AI business idea. It helps for the algorithm. And again, to begin, let's look at the data together on why this is a growing category, which is a perfect place for you to start a company. So when we look at pain management, this is the growth of this search term over time. So looking at August in comparison from this year of 2025 versus August of the last year, which is 2024, it's 46,000 in search volume per month, up to 93,000. So almost doubled in that time period. And why I'm sharing this with you is to show that this is a growing business category. And typically spaces like this that have an increase in desire from consumers creates this rapid expansion for the companies that currently exist within that category. So by going and helping them, servicing them, by helping them get leads for their company, you can ride this wave that's already naturally happening. And another data source for us to look at is specifically just pain management marketing. So again, you can see the growth that's happening here. It's growing super rapidly, which is exactly what we're going to be talking about today, offering this as a service, pain management marketing as a service. And the last piece of data that we're going to look at together is the customer lifetime value of an individual patient that goes to a pain management clinic. So using just conservative averages, and I know these are super low, and the reason I know that is because I just talked to a friend who's in New York City and know that their customer lifetime value is way higher than this. But again, to use conservative numbers, the average customer lifetime value is about 7,200 to 12,000. And the reason I'm showing you this is so that you can understand the value of the service that you're providing. A single lead, super valuable to a company like this because there's such a high customer lifetime value from a revenue standpoint. And if you don't know what customer lifetime value is, it's just the average value of the customer over the lifetime of them working with you. All right, now that you understand the business opportunity, let's start to talk through what are the actual services that you're going to be offering. And today, what we're going to talk through is really the core 3 marketing channels that are the most successful for local businesses. It's paid advertising with Facebook and Google, local SEO, and then other options that you could layer on is social proof, community, or professional networking or content marketing. I want to do these personally. They're just hard to turn into a productized service, which is what you're going to be building with a company like this. I would focus on these 2 things, or even niche down further and just focus on a single one of these. But I'm going to talk through all 3, so let's get started. So first, with Google Ads, let's talk through why you need to focus on Google search. So if I search something like pain management Miami, let's analyze what comes up on this page. So I get Google Maps. That's the first thing that comes up. So we'll talk about this in a second. How do you show up higher here? Then I get these landing pages. And let's just look at the search volume here for this. 720. It's not super competitive, which is, again, crazy to me. So immediately when I see a page like this, I realize that we need to focus on a couple different things to create traffic from this search that goes to our website. We need to focus again on Google Maps and on the Google search keywords. So the tricky part with some medical stuff with Google Ads that you can't do search ads. So to run these ads, the clinic basically has to get an approval. So that actually could be a part of your service where there's like a setup fee basically to run that. You can see these national brands are like running these campaigns. When I just search pain management, this would be something you'd have to uncover. But the workaround that you can do is what's called performance max ads. So performance max ads allow you to basically target individuals that have searched a keyword previously. You can't directly target these keywords with these Performance Max ads, but what you can do is basically input the keywords that somebody would have searched previously that would be an intent signal for a product or service like yourself. How we use this in SaaS, which is where I spend a lot of my time, or software, is we target the competitors of a company. We use that as the keyword for the intent signal, and then we basically run ads in perpetuity in the background to those individuals, because if they're searching that, our solution could be a good result for them. You can also do the keywords that somebody has searched previously. Again, it's going to be like a cohort, not exactly those individuals, but it's pretty good when you set up a conversion event for that sign up action. And I'm going to go into more detail about all this in a second, but just a high level on what you should do. Set up those Performance Max ads. I'll link out to this Perplexity article that it just wrote up. And if you would like me to go into a super detailed setup of this process, comment below. I just set up a separate channel for longer form content, so Cody Schneider Podcast. And if you comment that you want this Performance Max deep dives, I'll run it there. And also look at that hairline, ridiculous. It's getting softer than a pudding cup. All right, back to the content. All right, so you have those Performance Max ads running, and then what you're going to do is send them to a landing page. So I'm going to show you how to build this landing page super quickly with one of these no-code tools like V0 or Lovable. So the first thing I would go and do is we're going to go to Perplexity and be like, what 5 sections should be on a landing page about pain management, Miami. And then next I'm going to prompt, now write example copy for this landing page. And then I'm going to just take this, we're going to go over to V0 and I'm going to say, make a landing page for a pain management company based off of this text. I'm going to paste that in and hit send. And now it's going to generate this example landing page. And again, this isn't going to be perfect, but these vibe coding tools are one of the fastest ways for you to make these landing pages at scale for your clients. And this is really how a funnel operates. Is you're basically testing multiple Google ads to multiple different landing pages, and you're seeing which ones are the most high performing. You're going to set up a conversion event on that page for a form submission. I'm going to talk through that in a second on how to actually do that. But this is the core concept and why somebody is paying you. They basically want you to run this operations process of developing ads, running them to landing pages, getting them leads, and then optimizing based on the data that you're seeing. And I'll show you that data optimization component later. All right, so we generated that first version of the web page. Let's just go full screen to see what that looks like. And something like this would totally work. And for the form that you're having them fill out, you can use something like Tally Forms. It's a free online form builder and allows for you to embed onto these vibe-coded applications with an iframe. Now, again, this is just to show you an example of how quickly you can generate these landing pages. And you don't have to use any of these tools like Instapage or lead pages, etc. But if you do want to use a funnel builder, you should look at my friend's company, Perspective. They specialize in building mobile funnels, which a lot of this traffic is going to come from. They're super easy to set up, and they're almost like this quiz format. So it just creates a way more engaging offer. And they really specialize in helping marketing agencies run funnels for their clients. All right, so you've got that paid ads component. You're targeting people that have searched for pain management related keywords with Performance Max. So next we're going to speed run local SEO because it's a pretty easy setup. So to rank locally within this Google Map Pack, which is this 3-pack section here, there's a couple things that you need to do. So why do we want to rank on Google Maps? The reason that we want to do this is because it's the first thing that people see when they search for pain management Miami. And if you do this for any search nationally, you're going to see the same thing. It's going to be this 3-package results. So how do you optimize to show up here? There's a couple things. You need to complete your business profile, which is basically having the name, having the phone number, having the hours, having photos of the clinic, etc. And then the other thing that you need to do is build what are called directory listings that have the same name, address, and phone number. So this is how local SEO works. It's basically how many places is that business listed online that Google can see. And to create these listings, just use local rank. My friend Jackie's the co-founder of it, friend of the pod, Jackie Chow. And they have this citation building feature where you can submit to 100 directories simultaneously. Depending on the location that you're in, this can like instantly increase your visibility on local maps. You can also track your visibility on local maps through this as well. And then the measurement of success that you're going to share with the client is basically the calls that are happening from these Google Maps, the website clicks that are coming from it, the direction requests, and then the impressions. And that's how you can quantify the value that you're providing through this service that you're offering. And then finally, let's talk about Facebook ads. So for Facebook ads, what you're going to do is probably make user-generated style content. And we're going to use AI avatars to do this. We're going to use HeyGen to do this, or we'll use Arc Ads, or we'll use Creatify. And what we're going to do now is do research to write scripts to figure out what are going to be the pain points of these individuals. So I'm going to search pain point of someone that goes to a pain management clinic Reddit. So what's going to happen here is it's basically going to pull the conversations about why people go to these pain management clinics. And this kind of talks about like the reasons that they go. What I'm specifically trying to understand is like, what do they go for? So let's specify that. I'm specifically looking for what they go for. And then let's ask like, what are the most common chronic pain? So it looks like headaches and migraines. That's a perfect one, or chronic back pain affecting 80% of adults. That's either of those. You can pick them. They're going to rip just based on experience. So next I'm going to say, what do people say about chronic back pain help by going to a pain management clinic Reddit? So I'm going to actually scrape how people have talked about this. And we're going to use that as the jump point to create these UGC ads and write the actual script. So these are great. So you can see like after they've had treatment. So I could imagine a script where it's basically like, I tried everything and nothing worked. And then you basically suggest the pain management as the solution. Personalization could be huge. Looks like long-term outcomes, like rather than getting to the root cause is something that's not focused on. And that's why they went to one of these clinics. So these are great. So I'm going to take these now and we're going to go over to Claude. And the reason I'm going to use Claude is because the output we just see is better for these UGC scripts. So I'm going to say, write Facebook ad script ideas based on this provided information, have them be monologue, just provide the script text. And then it's going to write these scripts that would have taken me months to write in the past. And every time I do this, it's crazy to see. So you know what changed everything for me? Finding a doctor who actually believed my pain was real. For reals, I tried everything. Physical therapy, chiropractors, you name it. Nothing worked. My herniated disc kept me up at night. It's amazing. You could not make this any better. I was skeptical about going to a pain management clinic. I thought they'd just try to push pills on me or something. This one might be, you need to probably soften the pills part, but again, pretty good by calling out that skepticism. I tried everything before I walked into a pain management clinic. Again, kind of a similar variation to this, comprehensive. So here's what I learned about managing chronic back pain. One treatment isn't going to fix it. And then finally, talking about the outcomes. I didn't realize how much pain I did accepted as normal until I finally got relief. This is probably going to be the winner just based off of experience of doing this so much. So you take this script, you then go over to one of these tools like HeyGen or Arc Ads or Creatify, and you basically make ad variations. You take those ad variations, you run those on Facebook ads. I would just target all of Facebook in a geography and then have a conversion event for that sign up form. So again, using a similar funnel approach where I'm testing a bunch of ads, sending them to landing pages. But to contrast this, you're actually going to do the opposite of Google. Instead of doing multiple landing pages testing, what I would focus on is just creating a lot of ad creative and sending them to the same landing page. And then whatever is the highest performing ad, all of the ad budget goes to that highest performer. And then you're constantly testing these in the background for your client. This is what we're seeing work most effectively currently, is basically testing like hundreds of pieces of ad creative, simultaneously finding the best performers, putting all the ad spend there, and then making more like the best performing ads. Now, at this point, you're probably like, Cody, this sounds like a lot. So the final thing that I'm going to show you how to do is basically show the results that you are creating for your client by running all of these campaigns in an analytics dashboard so that you can prove the value that you're providing to this client. And the tool that we're going to use for this is my company called Graph.com. Graph is a dashboard building software that has zero learning curve. You just connect your data sources and you can build these interactive dashboards by just chatting with it. So for example, you can connect your Google Analytics of your client. You can connect their Facebook ads. You can connect their Google ads, and then you can make a dashboard with this data. So I could say something like, make a sessions over time graph from the GA4 data source. And then I can hit send message, and it's going to actually generate this dashboard for me. So it understands the data sources that are connected to it, and it can write code in the background to analyze that data and build the graphs for you automatically. It just generated that graph for me. I can filter by weekly, monthly, or daily. And these dashboards are live and interactive. All that data is being streamed in constantly in the background. And I can update this to weekly or monthly or select a date range, say, for example, year to date, and then apply that. And I can also just chat with the dashboard. So if I want to add a new chart, I can say something like add a scorecard showing total users and then hit send message. I can also click into a graph and I can change this graph by just chatting with it. So there's all these different graph types that I can choose from. So bar, line, pie. I'm just going to say change this into a bar chart and hit send message. And it's going to reconfigure this as a bar chart for me. The other thing that's pretty awesome about this is that, again, you don't have to understand even what Google Analytics has in it or the data source has in it. You just have to be able to speak plain English. It's going to make assumptions about whatever you tell it. And then we gave it the ability to search the internet to understand the business logic that you're asking for in relationship to the data source that you're connected to. So you can see this here. It's actually showing the website that it pulled the information from so that I can basically write and configure this graph for you. So again, trying to make this as easy as possible for you to create these charts. And then this dashboard can be made public by creating a share link. You can share that with your client, and that's how you can show the leads that you're generating for them, the money that you're spending for them across Google Ads, Facebook ads, and also their local business profile. So how you can connect that data into the application, you connect Google Analytics 4 by OAuth, Facebook ads by OAuth, Google ads by OAuth. There's nothing to get started. How Graph functions is it's actually both a data pipeline tool, a data warehouse tool, and also the business intelligence platform. You don't need to know how to do any code or set up anything to get started with this. So those data sources will automatically sync. The way that you can get in the information for Google My Business, there isn't a direct integration currently, but you can build a bridge between make.com into a Google Sheet and then Google Sheet into Graph to show that impression data, that calls data, etc. And if you want a 14-day free trial of Graph, I'm going to give that to you right now. Just click the link in the description and you'll get a 10-seat free trial for your team so that you can test the software and get insights about your data in minutes without having to spend hours and hours learning a tool like Tableau or Looker Studio. All right, so finally at this point, you're probably talking to yourself and you're saying, okay, everything I've learned today, this sounds like a lot, but don't worry. A lot of this can be automated by AI. You can use tools like make.com or N8N to build these workflows to automate the production of, for example, the ads that you're going to be running on Facebook, or even landing pages that you're going to be sending traffic to. And if you don't know how to use these tools, just go and search N8N how-to or beginner tutorials. There's hundreds of these. You can learn the basics in about an hour. And if you don't know how to run Facebook ads or don't know how to run Google ads or are trying to learn any of these, again, YouTube is your best friend. Go and search Google ads for pain management, and there will be somebody that is showing an exact tutorial on how to set these up, how to run these. For example, this one has 3 views. And at this point, if you're like, Cody, I don't have the time to learn all of these skill sets, what I would tell you is learn one of them, and you can always go and hire out other people to do the other ones for you. And the people that you should hire should be global talent. That's how you can get good margins on this business, this agency that you're running. And the best way to hire these people that know how to do AI automation or run Facebook ads or run Google ads is to use a company like talentfiber.com. Talentfiber is a full HR solution that helps you hire the best global talent. These people speak perfect English. They work your time zones. They're full-time. They're not overemploying themselves. And the reason that they're so good is Talentfiber isn't a headhunting agency. It's a managed HR department that has an actual physical location in the countries where you're hiring talent from. So because of this, they can offer the equivalent of 401ks or health insurance, which is what the best talent in those countries want. The process is super simple to find somebody. You basically complete a job description. They'll go and interview 100 plus people. They'll bring back the best 3 to 5. And by the time you're even talking to somebody, Talentfiber is already qualified that they have the skill sets, they have the English knowledge, and it's really just a vibe check for you of, is this person somebody that I want on my team that I want to be working with on a daily basis? This is a full-time team member. They're embedded. They're some of the best employees I've ever hired. I use Talentfiber as well. If you're wanting to hire the best global talent for your business, go to talentfiber.com to learn more and reach out. And finally, let's talk about how you actually get clients for your pain management company. So the first thing that you can do do is exactly what this guy is doing, basically showing how to do marketing for this specific industry. You may be looking at this and you're like, Cody, it only has 11 views. I have literally seen a 30 view video drive 5 leads because the people that watch this are so specifically your target audience. They're so deep in the funnel. Long form YouTube is one of the best way to get clients. And how I would structure it is like, hey, I ran these ads. These are the success I got. And basically just have it be almost a case study that you're putting in public. Show the step-by-step. People are going to watch it and they're going to be like, oh, I don't have time to learn this or do this. I want to hire this person. And I would just go after that keyword. I would go after pain management marketing and say something like case study on it. And again, 430 views. I guarantee this has driven so many leads for them. I can't express this enough for you. YouTube is the best place to get leads for businesses that are like this. So that's one angle. The other angle is reach out to people that work at pain management companies. You can do this for free with an automation on LinkedIn. You can use this tool called Phantom Buster. What Phantom Buster allows you to do is you can search for pain management. You can find people that fit that pain management search. I can take this URL and then plug that into Phantom Buster, and it's going to automatically go and connect with those people and send a message to them. And you can send about 50 of these per day. So you can do the math there on how many you can send per month. And that message that you send to them, it's basically like, hey, name, we helped company X get Y results in Z time. Is this something that's interesting to you? And if you're just starting out, you're just trying to get your first customer, just offer to do this for free. Be like, hey, I will set this up. I'll do this business profile optimization, whatever that is, to get your foot in the door. You just need one case study and you're going to be able to get more and more clients on the backs of that. And for this audience, literally with those two things alone, just doing LinkedIn and doing the YouTube play, you're going to 100% be able to get your first customers. It's just a volume game. You just need to post a video a day and message as many people as you can per day on social profiles. Instagram probably would work for this as well. For Instagram DMs, use something like instadm.ai. That's what we're seeing be all right. And that's it. If you liked this video, please go and subscribe to this channel. The majority of you are not subscribed. And if you like this content, please go and subscribe to the channel. We drop videos weekly. And if you have any questions, comment below. I try to read all of them and respond to every single one of them. If you look at my previous videos, I am constantly in the chat. And go follow me on LinkedIn to learn how to operate businesses. And go follow me on Twitter to learn growth marketing tactics that we're seeing be effective currently. All right, that's it. Thanks again.